Hoodrich Radio is the voice of DJ Scream on your airways. Moran is with me.
Yes.
We got family in the building, a real
Word.
OG, real legend.
Yeah.
I'm going to brag on him in a second, but first I'm going to introduce him. Let's give it up for Mistah FAB in the building, and he brought Charlie Rothsteen. Now, I like to brag on my friends, man. You acclaimed battle rapper. All right? We're not going to put you on the spot today. Next time we got it. Acclaimed battle rapper, clothing line owner, acclaimed writer. You wrote... Tell me. A lot of records. Give us three.
3 records.
Life
here.
of the Party.
Life of the Party. Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Headband for B.o.b.
Headband for B.o.b.
Co-wrote Loyal with Chris Brown.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Few records.
Acclaimed writer.
2 records.
Freaking author.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this.
Shit, I can't lie, man. Is this your first book?
Yeah, that's my first
This
book
is a
right there.
very nice put together book, bro.
For sure,
This is like
for
something that's
sure.
supposed to be in a college. This is what it look like.
It's crazy. I've been doing a lot of lectures too. Like, you know,
Word.
a lot of universities, man. We've been coming out just to see people come together and watch me speak. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just watching that. I'm big on stuff like that because that's what I grew up. Like, I grew up watching Martin Luther King speeches and memorizing Malcolm X speeches. And,
Right.
you know what I mean? So to be able to see me in that same regards and that light, it's humbling.
Did those speeches help you become like a good battle rapper?
It gives you your oratative voice. So to be able to oratate something and control a crowd, watching great speakers teach you how to do things like that, man. Because every voice is like sonic. Like it's a science, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes it may go over people's heads, but it's just your voices and things like that is sonically what you can identify with.
Absolutely.
And what will make somebody gravitate towards you. Like Chuck D he took the Martin Luther King, his voice. If you listen to him, and that might be a little bit, you know, before your time or whatever, but
I'm hip.
you know, just studying it. It's like the rhythm. That's
Yeah.
nothing but I have a dream. It's the same, like it's the same cadence.
I
It's
never
the
looked
same-
at it like that, but in hindsight, it is.
because it was something that he can identify with sonically. Everybody had already knew this voice. So you learn how to enunciate things and pronunciate things, and it definitely helps.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's talk about something that everybody's always asking me about, longevity, man. What is some of your keys to longevity and the fact that you're still here, you're still relevant, musically, culturally? Like, what are some of the things you attribute that to?
I think tapping into certain elements that it's more than one leaf on this tree, man. And what I mean by that is when we plant our seed and our dream would be our seed. We plant our seed and we hope that it grows into this beautiful tree, man. We don't just marvel at one leaf or one branch. We actually see the whole tree. And being able to see that tree grow, man, and understanding that you can do more than one thing with this tree. It could be shade for you to lie in. It can be a tree house for you to hide in. It can be, you know, it can even bear fruit. And, you know, he who enjoys the fruit of his labor has planted that seed. So you can grab that fruit from that tree. So you can do several different things and just staying creative. Creativity is combative to complacency. And one that stays creative will never allow himself to just be stuck on one component, one thought. He will always continue to keep creating.
Right.
So the cultivation of that, to me, is just staying creative, man. A creative mind is never idle.
No doubt. And one of the things you do is you show love to the new up-and-coming artists like Charlie Rothsteen. Step up to the mic, man. Talk to us,
How you
man.
doing, man? It's dope air in the building. You know,
So-
Big Fab took a chance on me, and I'm finna take it to the moon.
And I gotta salute him to he's one of the most persistent brothers that I know. Now he's not the annoying persistent rapper that you put on call block. He's the one you want to help. Like, yo, I rock with him, man. He making good music. He's persistent. So salute to you for always having positive energy and sticking at it, man.
It's crazy. I met him years ago, man, in the studio, just like on the fluke. I accidentally went into a room, and I was like, oh, whoa, my bad. I ain't mean to interrupt. And I'm like, yo, what's that?
It's hard.
It's like, I'm like, oh, that's hard. Like, who is that? He's like, he's in there. He's like, oh, that's mine. What's up? You know, he kind of like standoffish though. Like, what's up? I'm like, oh, my bad, bro. I ain't, you feel me? He's looking like, man, I'm like, bro, that record hard, bro. I'm like, can I get on that? I'm like, man, I'm Fab, man. I'm from the Bay. He like, oh, I'm kind of familiar with you. When was like,
Kinda, you know.
like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So we got on it, and we've been cool ever since, man. And it came to me like, bro, I'm just trying to put my records out, bro. And I had the, you know, the distribution with Empire, and I was like, bro, I put the record out for you. You know, shout out Big Gazi, man. And so just been putting it out, and like you say, he's so working. He just like, yo, got an album every month. He just want to drop something. I'm like, why not? That's the beauty of being independent. You can drop whenever you want to drop. So
whenever you feel
he's
like.
definitely a hard worker, man, and he gets a lot of love, man. Good dude, man, for real. For real.
The Bay Area is lit, man. The sports is going. Congratulations, time and time. To all of us, I win a lot of money with Steph Curry every year because when you're winning, people want to bet against him and everything. The music is progressing and everything. And I think one of the coolest things is that you could have went anywhere in the world and put up a Dope Era store, but you put it right there, like at home. I'm assuming, like, I don't know if it's in the hood or where it is. I haven't been yet, but you put it like right there.
So the second store that I have now is actually downtown on Broadway, like in like the Business Bureau District, which is amazing to have a store, black-owned business downtown on Broadway. But the first store, our first flagship store, was actually right in the hood. And it's a gift and a curse doing things like that, though, Scream.
Talk to me.
Based off the fact of, unfortunately, there are individuals in this world that don't want to see anybody with anything.
That's true.
So at any chance that they get to vandalize, to damage, to tear down what it is that you're building and that you've built, they take an ample opportunity to do so.
Wow.
So we have to be mindful of that. We have to be mindful is that when you want to go against what people are like, yo, no, you should move it out the way. It's like, nah, I want to keep it in my community. I want to show people, even with all the adversity that we face, we still here. No matter what. Y'all could damage the store. Y'all could burn the store. You could break into the store. You could do all of that. And I'm still here. You know, the resilience. And that resilience shows people that it's so many people that's paper champions. So many people that's self-proclaimed champions. But a champion is tested by the adversity and the course that they've endured.
Truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali wasn't the greatest fighter because he beat people up in the ring. His greatest fights was the fights that he fought outside of the ring that made him the greatest. Him to stay at a time standing up for his beliefs and his ideologies to not go to war was very risky. Sacrifice his championships, sacrifice what it was that paid him. But to remain true to what he believed in was far greater than any fight that he ever fought. And he showed the people. That's why he became the people's champ. Even when they took his belt, it was people that were saying, champ. He became the people's champ. And to me, those credentials go a long way, man. So to answer your question, I wanted to let people know that you can come from the city. You don't got to sell drugs. You don't got to be killing. You don't got to be robbing. Get creative. And you can create something that creates a multitude of income. Not only just money, but spiritual income. We've created an energy hub at our store. And the energy hub is somewhere where someone can go and reboot. How you feeling? You feeling down? Come talk to us, brother. We got mentors in here. We got hood counselors. We got all kind of stuff. Come to the store.
Dope.
Come reboot your energy, man. And you'll leave up out of that store like, damn, bro, I was finna go kill something today, man. Man, I want to just go get some backpacks away or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, man. To give hope in a place where it's very desolate, man, and a lot of people don't get hope. A lot of people don't have an opportunity or action at that. So I want to do that. But I do have plans to open up other stores in other areas as well.
Okay.
Trying to get him to slide down here.
Yeah, that's what I was
Every
saying.
day.
A dope era right in Buckhead might be all right, man.
Might need one down here.
That probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Man, you know, I definitely been looking at spots my whole little stay this weekend here. Like, man, okay, yeah, dope. I'm like, oh, they still trapping out here. This still, this still the era, baby.
Edgewood, yeah.
This still the era out here, man. You know,
Yeah.
How has the city been treating you since you've been here?
I love it, man. I love Atlanta. You know, I'm not a. It's not my first time being here, man. I've always been well received, and the love is genuine. The Southern hospitality is definitely real. Even with this conversation here today, man, the first time meeting the brother Scream, man, being able to him being like, oh yeah, I'm rocking with you. What you want to do, man? Let's do something. Let's do a mixtape. And one mixtape turned into 3, and it just turned into a friendship that has lasted for several years, especially in such a paper thin industry these days, where I got you is never having you. Really,
Right.
I got you is just a term to get somebody out your face. But he stayed true to that, man, to that pack, and that just goes to show you it's a microcosm of the embracing that I've had while I've been here, man, and I appreciate it. In hundredfolds, man. Atlanta always show love to me, man. So definitely love it.
Absolutely.
How did how did the Dope Era book come about? And what is the acronym DOPE?
So for this book, for the first book, the acronym is During Oppression, People Evolve.
During oppression, people right here.
And everyone rises above.
Okay.
The initial definition and acronym for Dope Era is developing opportunity for people to evolve.
Okay.
And everyone rises above. And it's basically about taking the negative narratives of what the Dope Era, air quote, was back in the day. And what it was everybody was selling drugs and corners was filled and it was hustlers and whatever you called it. It was a lot of negative actions going on in the Dope Era that I got a chance to witness growing up in the late 80s, early 90s. But it was morals intact, and it was certain things that couldn't do. It was codes that no matter what weren't broken. And if we can refurbish those codes and apply them to not the negative narrative, but actually flip that and make it positive, then we can have something.
Facts.
Like, from the Black Panthers 10 Points program. If somebody was able to flip that now and implement that into hip-hop, into community, it may take a little bit, but feeding the community, giving back, teaching, being respectful, being mindful, protecting our women, protecting our communities. These are things that have been a void in our times nowadays with misogynistic music, with whatever, everything that we've all been guilty of. But basically what I was trying to do was just flip those negatives and make them positive. But even the most positive person has sad days and down days. I reached out to the sister Dream Hampton, and I've done some community work with her for this program called Schools Not Prisons. And we went up to like 20 to 30 schools that are located like by major prisons in California. And we did free concerts and stuff like that, man, to raise awareness about prisons. And she did the editing for the book for me, man. And the brother Derek Grace, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him.
He's been here on Hoodrich Radio with his daughter.
Derek Grace, the brother. Everybody know him, the guy with the tattoos on his face.
Yeah.
But he's so much more than the depiction of his art.
Yeah.
He's an amazing individual, man, an intellect, someone who should be supported by the community in hundredfolds. Like he's an amazing man. What he's doing with independent banking, he's teaching financial literacy, he's teaching self-development, just so much stuff, man. Like gun control with his daughter, teaching her how to, man, he raw, man. So he did the forward for me, but the book is dope, though, Scream, and it's so humbling to me to watch young people come up to me like, yo, I read your book, and I'm like, for real?
Yeah,
bro, like talking about it, like that's crazy, because, they want to tell us, you want to keep something away from a black person, put it in the book.
Right.
So we become bamboozled with the thought that nobody reads or nobody cares to read. Nobody's nobody wants to gain this type of information anymore. And that's not true.
Right.
Because this is the new gangster. Education is the new gangster. Being intelligent, that's gangster.
Facts.
Like that's raw. Being artful, being a young dude that's graduating from college at 17. These are things that are possible these days.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I watched my young boy just graduate from high school with a 4.7. That's insane to me. Graduated from Yale, then goes to Columbia now. And this is one of my young homies. Like, I'm just like, yo, that's dope.
I ain't gonna do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's gangster. That's what I like. We have to, and what I'm saying and what our movement is those are the things that we gotta highlight. It's because it's unfortunate now. Something simple as a female won't mess with you when you're in college because she like, I don't got time for a long distance relationship, but she'll be in a relationship with somebody that's in jail.
Right.
For hella long.
It's true.
A dude to get more love getting out of jail than he does graduating from college. Like the poisons and the ills that we parade in our communities, we got to start switching, man. We got to flip it. It's like code switching, man. What we promoting. You know what I mean? Because we become part of the problem as well.
So what I've been talking to some youth about is situations. So I'm going to give you a situation that actually came to me. Let's put you, everybody can chime in. You're in the projects, right? You happen to have $500, just $500. What does FAB do, or what does FAB recommend that young person to do with that $500, maybe to turn into a young entrepreneur? Because obviously more times than none, if you're in the projects, you know what the first business opportunity is going to come. It's like, I'll show you how to turn this 5 into 1,000 really quick, right?
Sure.
What do you think somebody that's maybe trapped in that space, what would you advise them to do with that $500 in the projects?
Well, I've showed through my works and through what we've done, what we were able to do with a $500 thing. We were able to go get 50 T-shirts, 50 T-shirts at $7 a piece. That's $350. You're gonna pay $100 for artwork. That's you got $450. So now you got $50 of pocket change that you could, that's the change that you're giving. You sell them shirts $20 a piece. Now you done made $1,000.
There you go.
Off 50 shirts. You come back and you re-up. Now you put something from the projects, and you living in the projects. Put your projects on a T-shirt. Make somebody that everybody just believes in, something in common in this project. Something that everybody say every day, or something that everybody do, or something that everybody want to wear. I love my projects. Now you go to everybody in the projects. You say, man, give me $20 for the shirt. You go move them 50 shirts. That's $1,000 right there.
There you go. The legal way.
The legal way. And you don't got to look over your back. You don't got to look over your shoulder. And then put it out and say, oh, I'm going to do that in a different colorway. Now from them shirts, I'm going to make some crew necks. I'm going to make some sweaters. I'm going to make some hats.
Sound like Crystal. Where's Crystal?
Yeah, where is Hood and Holy?
So now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you done started a small little thing going on. Everybody looking like, bro, what's up? When the next project shirt coming out?
Word.
That's one way. It's a legal way. You don't got to worry about nothing. It's 1,000,001 things that a person could be doing.
Commerce.
We can go to a Safeway and go, Life give you lemons, make a juice bar.
I was just about to say that.
Sell some candy.
We selling candy. We selling lemonade stands. I'm from the cut grass, pump gas era.
Definitely from the candy era.
You know what
Just
I'm
go to
saying?
the farmer's market, get a box of Snicker bars.
I'm from that era, man.
Yeah,
Plates. Shit.
I'm from that era where we about to go cut some grass. We gonna pump gas. We gonna help you with your bags. We from that era. For real, where it was like, okay, now look what you just did. You don't gotta do nothing negative, brother. It's positive, but you gotta have patience. Because like you just said before when we was off air, brother, you'll wait till you put in solitary confinement to meditate, to get in tune to your mind and your inner mind.
Forced meditation.
You'll be a forced meditation rather than to take 30 minutes out of your day and just sit in silence and think. We got to stop being conditioned and forced to do things that we should normally be doing just off natural things. We shouldn't have somebody tell us how we should be to be appropriate. So
Discipline.
that would be my
that's
suggestion.
Great. That's great. You answered it a little better than me. Dope Era, the book, man. Where can they get this, and where can they go get cool apparel, and where can they check out everyone's music? Talk to us.
Dopeera.com. We got the books available as well as on Amazon. I'm actually doing, like we alluded to earlier, I'm doing some lectures in schools and all the black student unions. I'm trying to get, put this a part of the curriculum.
Okay.
I want this to be a part of the course because it's something that it's very helpful. Like even on some like hood psychology stuff, man. In the black community, we have the most overlooked situations when it comes to addressing mental health. And mental health is a big issue that affects us all that we overlook. In our community, we're frowned upon going to a shrink or going to a therapist, and people be like, "You talk to a therapist? What are you doing that white people stuff?"
Shouts to Charlamagne. He's been talking about that a lot.
And me and him actually talked about it on the Breakfast Club. We talked about it with a long segment of he and I talking about mental health issues. But these are things that actually affect us. So in this book, I'm addressing certain things like that and giving a different alternative outlet where it's like a hood therapist. Like, dude, imagine this. I'm giving you scenarios that you may know. And that many of the people that come from the areas that I come from, and even beyond, they can see these situations and be like, damn, I can relate to that. And I'm speaking it in not necessarily broken dialect, but in grammatically where they can understand it, where it's like, okay, Brett talking to me right here.
Right, breaking it down.
I'm breaking it down. I'm breaking it down in layman's terms, man, where they like, okay, you ain't talking how you be talking in the interviews in this book, right? That's what people ask me. Like, you be using some big ass words in the book in the interview. I be like, nah, man, I'm breaking it down, man. But so that's the book. The clothing line, dopeera.com, and the music, man. We just Apple Music. I love music. I'll never stop making music. we actually just put out 2 shorts last project, the Pimp Tape. I actually A&R'd and co-wrote the whole album.
Shouts to the OG.
Very happy about that, man. It was like pulling teeth trying to get him to do one more project. But growing up, man, that was an opportunity that one couldn't pass up on. To be able to say, man, I actually wrote and put together an album for my idol. For someone that was a spokesman of my city for several years.
No doubt.
For 3 decades of someone who's just been raising me musically. And many of you out there as well that have grew up on Too Short's music.
Very influenced by Too Short.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
This has been the oracle for urban tales. You know, and for me to have that opportunity to A&R and write his album, that was a dream come true for me. So more writing, big records up, got a few producers we just signed. And the launching of the label, the Dope Air Music, launching that, and you know, Charlie and Blast Holiday and several other. I got a young artist named Reezy Winning who's like, he's the Bow Wow before the fights and all the other stuff. He's amazing little kid, man, 15 years old. But we're doing a lot of stuff in the community. Scream with me, man. The community stuff is far more important than what we're doing.
It's priority. We talked about that.
Yeah,
that's what it becomes. We've been blessed by the community, so it's only right we give back to the community.
Charlie, what you got going?
Man, I got Thousand Island out right now. Know
Doing
the
all right,
difference
man.
out.
Last time you didn't have that big chain, man.
He dripping, you see? You see? He dripping. Diamonds dancing.
Yeah, man. All thanks to Dope Era. You know, Fab gave me a chance. That's all I can say. You know, I got a couple projects out. I'm gonna drop another one this month. Everything major.
Okay. That's what it is. Big shouts out to Charlie Rothsteen.
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 You know that's his full real name?
That's his real name? That's your government?
That's that boy real name.
Oh, wow.
I said, who you want me to write this check to? He said, bro, that's my name, dog. I said, bro, you didn't change your name, bro.
We got to get back to that. Keith Murray, who else used their real name?
Crazy,
We got to
man.
get back to rappers using their real name.
Use your real name, man. Oh, before I get out of here, please go check out our new podcast. I have a podcast that we just launched.
Oh, yeah, that's raw.
It's called Respectfully Disrespectful.
Okay.
Man.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
We just
I like
had
the name.
The name
Oh,
is
for real.
we just had Amber Rose on there.
Okay.
Amber Rose was like, it was crazy. We just launched that last week, so that was one of the first interviews that we did with Amber Rose. It's a wild interview. She's talking about, it's wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's wild with that situation. So it's me and Kevin Allen, and it's on the Dope Era Network. If you get a chance to go watch it, I'm telling you, it's pure comedy, man. It's Respectfully Disrespectful. Check it out. Follow us on, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dope Era Network. And that's what I'm doing, bro. I'm just trying to, like I said earlier, I'm allowing this tree to produce several different fruits, man.
You know, the town, they're going to want you to do some politics if you keep it up, man. They're going to want you to run for mayor, man. Just letting you know it might be coming.
They keep talking about it, man.
1,000,
They keep talking about it, but you know, to politics actually handicaps your power.
There you go.
Because you have to be bound to a certain position, and
Sure,
then
indeed.
the magnitude of your power is in your ability to cultivate and galvanize with many people from different walks of life. And once you get put in that position, you can't be seen with the gangsters and the D-boys no more. Like they like, hold on, man, you know, the mayor be riding around with the gangsters.
Right.
So, you know, it actually it gives a paralysis to your powers, but the ability to dictate what the mayor does, that's the power that we're trying to utilize and influence and create and change. But thank you, brother. Once again, always as forever.
Salute.
I appreciate you, man. And let's do another tape too, man. I got hella records.
Ready when
man.
you are, man.
Yes,
I
Lord.
still do mixtapes. Yes, I still will do mixtapes.
Yes, Lord.
All right, it's Hoodrich Radio is 96.7 The B. Salute.